Hello dear students, myself Sheetal Miss from Adarsh Education Society. I welcome you all for the first video lesson of our subject English. Today we are going to learn a beautiful and inspiring poem by Charlotte Brontë. The name of the poem is Life. Before we begin with the poem, let me introduce you to the poet, Charlotte Brontë. Charlotte Brontë was born on 21st of April 1816. She was an English novelist and a poet. Her first novel was The Processor, which was rejected 6 times by the publishers. Her autobiographical novel, Jane Eyre, which was published in the year 1847, brought her to fame. She died at a very young age on 31st of March 1855 due to pneumonia. Her literary works were notable for its experimentation in the forms of writing. So today we are going to learn one of her inspiring poem, Life. So let's get started. The poem Life by Charlotte Brontë is fairly simple yet very inspiring poem. The poem is written in 3 stanzas, that is of 8, 4 and 12 lines respectively, and each stanza shows comparison of various elements from nature to the elements of real life. The poet has used the elements like rain, dark clouds, roses, which are the simple elements of nature, and she has beautifully compared it with the real life situations, that is the happy moments, the sad moments of life, death, sorrow, etc. So let us now have a look at the poem Life. Life, believe, is not a dream, so dark as sages say. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower makes the roses bloom, oh why lament its fall. This is the first stanza of the poem Life. The poet here begins the poem with the word life, which is the title of the poem. It emphasizes the fact that the poem is all about life. According to the poet, we should believe that life is not a dark dream. That means some people may believe and say that life is a dark dream, it is an unpleasant dream. But we should not believe that life is a dark dream. The next line, which tells us that, when in the morning it suddenly starts raining, there are dark clouds, then something bad is going to happen. But sometimes these dark clouds, which bring beautiful rain, they make the roses bloom. The term morning rain here is a metaphor which symbolizes sorrow and despair. The line means that despair or sorrow is often a way to joy and happiness. That means sometimes even dark clouds lead us to a pleasant day. These dark clouds are compared to the sorrows and griefs in our lives. Every human being faces some difficult times and happy moments in life. But rather than complaining about the dark clouds, about the sorrows in life, we should believe that these dark clouds, these grief, the sorrows of our life, are not permanent. They are temporary and short-lived. If you look at the final line of the first stanza, we will see that the poet has raised a rhetorical question. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh why lament its fall? Here it means that if this morning rain can make the roses bloom, then why we should complain about it? In other words, sorrows come in our life but also give us a lesson in life. And so we should not lament about our sorrows. Lament means complain, grieve. So this is the first stanza of the poem. The next stanza is of 4 lines. Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by. Gratefully, cheerily, enjoy them as they fly. This is a very small stanza, just of 4 lines. And here, according to the poet, life's sunny hours means happy moments of life, flit by means pass away. Very rapidly, very quickly, the happy moments of our life pass away. We are so engrossed in those happy moments that we do not come to know when these happy moments run away so fast. The poet says that instead of crying over the sorrows and griefs, we should be grateful for the happy moments what we have received in our life, and we should enjoy these happy moments cheerily. As these moments will fly away soon, we should be very grateful to God for giving us those happy moments to enjoy them in our life. So here the poet says that the happy moments of our life pass away very quickly, and we are very happy during those moments. So along with happiness, we should also be grateful. We should be grateful that we have got those happy moments to enjoy in our life. Let us move on to the next para. What though death at times steps in and calls a best away? What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Yet hope again elastic springs, though unconquered she fell. Still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear us well. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously, can courage quell despair. In this stanza, the poet says in a very rhetoric way that though death may take away your life or take away the best time, the most enjoyable time of your life, sorrow may take away your happiness, it may take away your hope, but we should never lose the will and determination, because the poet compares hope to have the quality of elastic, which can spring back again. It means that however badly the sorrow can conquer us, but if we retain ourselves, if we retain our willpower, if we don't lose hope, then these clouds of gloom will pass away soon. Here the poet also says that when sorrows and grief have bent her down and she has lost all hope, but she says that she has her golden wings. The golden wings here are the courage, the hope which she has retained, her willpower and determination. And these golden wings are capable of flying high, even though sorrow has strongly bent her down. Her hope are still having the capacity to fly high. She is saying that all the hurdles of life can be faced bravely. Manfully here means very bravely. Fearlessly means without courage. And she says that when the day of trial comes, the day of trial is when the day of judgment, when the final day, or you can say it as the most difficult situation in your life, when life turns out into something where you feel that you have lost everything. At that time also, your courage, your determination will make you victorious. Here the poet is ending the poem with a note that gloriously, victoriously, courage can quell despair. That means if you don't lose hope, if you have positive attitude, if you are determined to do your best, then nothing can destroy you. All your sorrows will end if you are brave, if you are courageous to face the situations. So these are the 3 paragraphs of the poem. Now let us look at the difficult words. Here you can see the first 4 lines of the poem. Life, believe, is not a dream, so dark as sages say. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Here sages means wise man. Oft is often. Foretells means to predict. The poet here is trying to tell us that people who have faced the difficult situations, who have lost hope in those difficult situations, compares life to a dark dream. But she says that even in the morning, when dark clouds gather together in the sky, they can predict a pleasant day ahead. Let us move on to the next 4 lines. Look at the meanings of the next 4 lines, difficult words. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why lament its fall? Clouds of gloom. Gloom here means darkness. Darkness here is difficult situations of life. So the poet says here that sometimes we are surrounded by difficult situations, but we should always remember that these difficulties are not permanent, they are transient. Transient means temporary. When the shower, when the rain makes the roses bloom, bloom means opening of a flower, when beautiful flowers bloom after the rain, then why should we lament about the darkness in our life? Why should we express grief? Why should we complain? Why should we regret about the problems in our life? So here the poetess is trying to tell us that when dark clouds come, they give us beautiful rain. Similarly, when sorrows come in our life, they give us something, and that is lessons. Lessons to learn in life. We learn from our sorrows. We learn that sorrows are not permanent. Happy times will soon come back. Let us look at the next 4 lines of the poem. Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by. Gratefully, cheerily, enjoy them as they fly. Here, flit means to pass on, and sunny means happy. So what is the poetess trying to tell us here? The poet is trying to tell us that the happy moments in our life pass away very soon, and hence we should be grateful to God, to Almighty, that we have got those happy moments to cherish. So we should enjoy these happy moments by showing our gratitude to God. Let us move on to the words of the next 4 lines. What though at times death steps in and calls a best away? What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Now here look at the word best. Best over here means someone who is very close to us, someone or you can say the most happy moments when death comes in and takes our best away. Here the poetess is saying that she is expressing her real life situation over here, that problems come in your life and take away the happy things, and you feel that sorrow has been victorious over your happiness, and even at that time hope has lost its sway. Over here is over. Sway means controlling the influence. That means sorrow is influencing your hope. At times you feel that you have lost everything in your life. There is nothing more. And that is the time when you feel that death has come. Death means the sorrowful times. And it is taking everything away, even your hope. And at that time, what you should do? You should not lose hope. That is the overall, the message of the poem. Be optimistic. As days and nights follow each other, similarly life has its ups and downs. Joys and sorrows follow each other. So here the poet is telling that whenever problems come in your life and take away your happy moments, whenever you feel that sorrow is winning over your hope, do not get disheartened. Let's move on to the next lines. Yet hope again elastic springs, unconquered though she fell. Still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear us well. Here the meaning of elastic, actually elastic means the capacity of stretching. Spring means to rising. Okay, unconquered means one which cannot be defeated. Buoyant means which can rise upwards. So what is the poet trying to tell us through these lines? The poet is trying to tell us that hope has the capacity of stretching its arms. It will rise again. Even after a lot of sorrow, even after you have lost everything, the poetess considers that hope cannot be conquered, because hope has golden wings. They are still buoyant. They will rise up again. And that golden wings will make her fly. And through these lines, the poet is trying to tell us that at every moment when you feel low in your life, or you feel inferior in your life, you feel that the happy moments are lost, at that time your hope and your willpower are like your golden wings. If you retain your hope, if you retain your willpower, then you will surely fly again. Let us look at the next lines. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously, can courage quell despair. Here manfully means strongly, courageously. Quell means end. Despair means no hope, sorrowful moments. In these lines, the poet is trying to tell us that even when the day of trial comes, that means the most difficult situation of life is in front of you, you should be strong, you should be courageous, because your courage, your hope, your determination and your willpower will end all your sorrow. So this was the meaning of the poem, the explanation. Let us look at the message of the poem. The poet Charlotte Bronte has written a very simple yet very motivating poem, where she has has comparisons made with the natural elements to the real life situations, and she believes that sorrow or the difficult moments are temporary, and she is very sure that happy times follow them. She tells us to enjoy life as it comes. We should not lose hope even in times of greatest adversity. The overall message from the poem is that we should be optimistic towards our life. We should not lose our courage, hope, willpower and determination, because these are the golden wings according to the poet. which will help us to deal with the most difficult situations in life. Because here she has, compared things, the difficult moments, to death also. And she says that even the most adverse times of life we face, our courage and hope, our willpower and our determination has the capacity to retain ourselves, to make us fly again. So this is the message of the poem, dear students. Thank you.